Over the years, highways have become safer, but motor vehicle crashes are still the leading cause of death. There are a lot of things that are beyond our control. The weather can change the conditions of the road. The light or absence of it can make it difficult to see. But that doesn't mean we're helpless. You can control your own driving behavior and develop safe habits that will help you avoid mishaps. First, never drink and drive. Even one beer or one glass of wine can affect your ability. And never ride in a car with a driver who's been drinking. And if you're planning to party with friends, choose a designated driver. Next, follow the speed limit. When driving faster than the posted limit or faster than the conditions warrant, you risk not being able to control your vehicle in an emergency situation. Always drive defensively. This means taking responsibility for your own actions and keeping a watchful eye on other drivers. Leave adequate space between you and other vehicles, and be alert to what cars around you are doing. On long trips, most people are going to get a little sleepy during the middle of the night. If possible, don't drive alone. A passenger can help you keep alert and awake. Also, keep your car's temperature cool and play lively music on the radio. Finally, stop at least every 2 hours to stretch your legs. Exercise can help fight fatigue. Remember, there's no such thing as a safe, drowsy driver.
When it comes to keeping your loved ones safe on the road, one of the most important things you can do is also one of the simplest: buckle up. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, seat belts have saved more than 11,000 lives and prevent up to 50% of serious injuries a year. Don't make the mistake of thinking that you don't need to use safety belts for short trips or when driving slowly. Instead, consider these statistics. 75% of serious and fatal crashes occur less than 25 miles from home, and fatalities involving non-belted occupants have been recorded at speeds as low as 12 miles per hour. So make sure everyone, front and back, is buckled up every time you drive. In the event of a crash, seat belts are designed to keep you inside the vehicle. They also reduce the risk of colliding with the steering wheel, dashboard, windshield, or the rear of the front seat. An adjustable upper belt lets you change the position of the shoulder strap to accommodate a person's size. A belt is positioned correctly when the lap portion lies flat across the upper thighs, not over the abdomen. The shoulder belt portion should rest snugly across the collarbone and across the center of the chest. Pregnant women should place the lap portion of the belt under the abdomen, as low as possible on the hips and across the upper thighs. In securing children, there are some special considerations to keep in mind. First, a new seatbelt law requires all children under the age of 16 to wear a safety belt or other appropriate restraining device while traveling in the rear seat of a car. Next, remember rear-facing infant seats are designed for infants up to 20 pounds and 1 year of age. Never secure a rear-facing infant seat in the front seat of a vehicle that has an active passenger airbag. Although airbags provide life-saving benefits, deployment in this situation could cause adverse effects. With or without an airbag, the safest place for infants has always been the middle of the back seat. Make sure the baby is buckled in securely and that the infant restraint is tightly secured with the safety belt. Toddlers who have outgrown infant restraints should ride in a forward-facing seat in the back seat. Most new passenger cars and many light trucks are equipped with tether anchors, and most child safety seats have top tethers that attach to these anchors. Older children who have outgrown a forward-facing safety seat but are not large enough to wear the safety belt properly positioned should use a booster seat. Booster seats help position the adult safety belt so it fits the child properly and reduces the risk of a belt-related injury. Remember, children look to us as role models, and adults who don't wear their safety belts are sending a deadly message.
Innovations in technology have become increasingly important and increasingly sophisticated. Today's safety technologies include active devices such as anti-lock brakes that help drivers avoid crashes, and passive devices such as airbags that help protect drivers and passengers in an actual crash. For example, anti-lock brake systems, or ABS, actually monitor and control the braking of individual wheels and prevent the wheels from locking up during hard or panic braking. This helps keep the vehicle from skidding and helps the driver maintain control. All passenger cars equipped with ABS have four-wheel ABS. Sport utility vehicles, trucks, and vans can have either four-wheel or two-wheel ABS. Two-wheel ABS only monitor and control the rear wheels of a vehicle. The front wheels can still lock up during hard or panic braking, and this lockup can result in the loss of steering control. Remember that with ABS, you apply firm pressure to the brake pedal. You don't need to pump the brakes to maintain control. The ABS system monitors each wheel, preventing them from locking during braking, and allows you to maintain steering control as the vehicle slows. However, having ABS in your vehicle does not guarantee your ability to avoid a crash. You still have to leave adequate space between your vehicle and others. Furthermore, you can still lose control when driving at excessive speeds or using extreme steering maneuvers.
Since their introduction in the 1980s, airbags have been credited with saving thousands of lives. During a moderate to severe frontal impact, driver and front passenger airbags inflate instantly to help protect the car's occupants. It is important to remember that airbags do not eliminate the need for seat belts and are not designed to offer protection in rollovers. In fact, maximum airbag effectiveness depends upon seat belts, which keep you in place should a collision occur. Many vehicles are equipped by the manufacturer with an airbag on-off switch, allowing the use of the front seat for young children or rear-facing infant seats. An on-off switch can deactivate the driver or passenger's airbags. Vehicles without rear seats or with small rear seats, such as pickups and sports cars, may have a passenger side on-off switch as standard equipment. In addition, motorists fitting a certain risk profile can get authorization to have an on-off switch installed if a switch is available for your vehicle. The risk profiles include: you cannot avoid placing a rear-facing infant seat in the front seat, being advised by a physician of a medical condition that places you at specific risk, if you cannot adjust your driver's position to keep your breastbone back approximately 10 inches from the center of the steering wheel, or you cannot avoid situations that require a child 12 or under to ride in the front seat. However, it is strongly recommended by Empire Safety Council that motorists follow these basic guidelines. First, always position your seat as far back as possible while maintaining your ability to use the brake pedal. Buckle everyone, both front and back. As a driver, it's your responsibility to make sure everyone is properly restrained before you start to drive. Always place children 12 and under properly restrained in the rear seat. And if you have to place children in the front seat, make sure the seat is pushed all the way back.
Rain and snow can both lead to hazardous slick road conditions. In slick conditions, both speed and tires, especially worn tires, play a key role in controlling your vehicle. To avoid skidding, slow down to a speed that the condition warrants. If you do begin to skid and you do not have anti-lock brakes, ease off the gas and steer in the direction that you want the front of the vehicle to go. Avoid using the brakes if you can. Keep in mind that you may overcompensate in the steering and be alert to correct the direction as needed. Once you regain control, you can apply power gently, returning to normal operation of the vehicle. If you do have to apply the brakes, do so firmly, releasing the pressure before the wheels lock. The combination of applying the brakes in this manner and steering will help you control your vehicle. In vehicles equipped with anti-lock brake systems, step on the brake pedal firmly and constantly. The ABS system monitors each wheel, preventing them from locking during braking, and allows you to maintain steering control as the vehicle slows. Rainy conditions can also lead to hydroplaning, a condition in which your tires ride up on a thin layer of water, making it difficult to steer. If you start hydroplaning, do not brake suddenly. Ease off the gas using the steering to control your direction and slow down until you can feel the road again. If you must brake, do so gently. Both the condition and pressure of your tires play an important role in reducing the risk of hydroplaning. The better the tire tread pattern, the less chance of water getting under the tire. Underinflated tires can directly contribute to hydroplaning. Another cause of skidding in wet conditions is by using too much power or acceleration for road surface conditions. This is called a power skid. Safety features cannot overcome the laws of physics, and technology won't help you stop if you're driving too fast or following too close.
Most school bus-related injuries occur while children are crossing the street after leaving the bus. Before a school bus stops to load or unload passengers, the driver will flash yellow warning lights. When you see them, slow down and be prepared to stop. When the school bus stops and flashes red lights, all traffic approaching from either direction must stop. Once stopped for a school bus, you may not go again until the red lights stop flashing or the bus driver or a traffic officer waves you on. Once a stopped school bus starts to move, watch for children appearing from behind the bus or along the side of the road. Also, keep in mind that vehicles transporting disabled persons are treated the same as school buses, and you must stop for them just as you would for school buses.
One of the fastest growing concerns in driving safely on our roads today is aggressive driving and road rage, possibly even larger than alcohol-related incidents. What is aggressive driving and road rage? Most people lump them together, when in fact they are two completely different acts of aggression. Furthermore, one can provoke the other. First, an aggressive driver is a person who exhibits absolutely no common sense of traffic laws or the slightest consideration to other drivers. They will change lanes without signaling, weave in and out of traffic, tailgate, very often flashing their lights or blowing their horn at slower-moving traffic to get out of their way, as well as cut other vehicles off. They will ignore traffic lights, stop signs, and speed limits. In short, they will disregard every traffic rule and every basic driving competence. I'm sure you've all witnessed these displays of driving behavior more than once. I'm also reasonably sure that you've said to yourself, "Look at that nut," or "Do they think they own the road?" Possibly bringing you a humorous moment when thinking back now. However, I assure you there was zero humor displayed when this outrageous conduct occurred. In reality, these types of driving performances not only place the aggressive driver in danger, but place all vehicles close to this action in a high-risk situation as well. Never react or respond to aggressive driving other than getting as far away from the situation as possible. Any aggressiveness on your part will only compound the conditions. Earlier, I mentioned one circumstance could provoke the other. Well, when tempers start to get out of hand, road rage becomes a possibility. What is road rage? Simply described, it's when a driver becomes so overcome with anger they lose all common reasoning and deliberately react in a violent manner. There are many levels of violent reactions, from unsightly gestures, a vulgar statement, to fights, or even worse, the use of weapons. Unchecked anger has even caused numerous drivers to inflict bodily harm on others with the use of their vehicles. On any level, road rage will always turn a bad situation into an offensive, dangerous dispute. What causes road rage? Presently, there are no conclusive studies on the cause of road rage or even aggressive driving, but many believe that frustration and stress bring on both. Frustration due to extended traffic delays caused by increased volume and road construction, as well as having to travel greater distances to work and shop. Stress at home or on the job can affect your reactions to a small, unintentional lack of courtesy. Even personal problems, unrelated and unknowingly, can cause stress. If you're angry or upset, wait until you calm down before attempting to drive. Always give other drivers the benefit of the doubt and ignore all aggressive acts, whether deliberate or unintentional. Following simple basic rules of safe driving will prevent these situations from occurring. Remember that there are more important things in life than getting even.
Manufacturers are now offering a new generation of head protection technology. In a frontal collision, there is typically a 4-foot crumple zone of material between you and the oncoming object. In a side collision, there is virtually no protection from the car body, and front airbags are not designed to deploy in such cases. Normal head injury protection consists of foam or other energy-absorbing material under the trim of the vehicle and is likely to be invisible to occupants. Some automakers are offering side airbags that are stored in the seat or door, as well as inflatable head airbags, tubular systems, or inflatable curtains that cover the side windows. These types of protection are designed to shield occupants from injuries caused when their heads strike the upper interior of a vehicle. Also, front seat head restraints are required in all new passenger vehicles. Head restraints are designed as an extension of the vehicle's seat that keep your head from being snapped back in a rear-end collision, thus reducing the probability of neck injury. For head restraints to be effective, the top of the head restraint should be centered vertically between the top of your ears and the top of your head. In models with horizontal movement, placement should be as close to your head as possible without pushing your head forward.
When asked, almost everyone considers themselves good drivers. So with all these good drivers on the roads, how come we still have so many traffic accidents? Part of the reason is not knowing how to stop your car safely. With over 40% of all traffic accidents occurring at intersections, controlling your stopping distance becomes an important factor. One of the things we can do is practice smart defensive driving skills. How do we do this? First, keep in mind there are 3 factors to overcome in stopping a moving vehicle. They are speed, time, and distance. For example, a vehicle moving at 40 miles an hour will take approximately 125 feet to stop. This includes your reaction time and the actual braking distance. Your reaction time is the time it takes you to scan and recognize the potential problem. Then move your foot from the accelerator to the brake pedal. The average driver's reaction time is 3/4 of a second under ideal conditions. During this period of time, a car moving at 40 miles an hour will have traveled approximately 45 feet. Ideal conditions can be affected by the weather, road surface condition of your brakes, and your tires. Remember, distractions and driving under the influence of alcohol, drugs, or fatigue will also increase your reaction time dramatically. Next, the actual braking distance is the distance needed to stop your vehicle. In this example, a car moving at 40 miles an hour will take 80 feet to come to a complete stop.